a 1K extended PTQ prep event. Remember, we have the
So
PTQ
tapping 4 here.
and the Legacy
Play
1K
Elspeth.
tomorrow.
Is he
as
gonna
well.
just start making tokens, or is he gonna jump?
5/5
So he's gonna jump the acidic slime. So. Owen Turnwald doing his best Rodney Dangerfield impersonation, saying he never gets any respect. Poor guy. Poor guy. No respect for Owen.
So, Border Post was played by John.
Yep, taps out there for Border Post, trying to get himself back in the game, at least mana-wise, but now he's going to be facing down a Vigilant 4/4, basically a Sarah Angel and a 5/5 Death Toucher.
Flying Death Toucher for big damage here.
So we might actually have a time for a reasonable game 3 here. We got
Exile John over there by
yep.
John.
Looks like Path to Exile, Day of Judgment, and a bunch of lands in hand for John. Yeah, Gabe after the Path to Exile on his Knight and the Birds jumps out to a huge mana advantage. Utilizes that advantage to play a turn 3 Acidic Slime, knocking a land out from John.
Best Stone Rain ever.
Yeah, that's up there for sure in the Stone Rain department. But John will in fact play the aforementioned Day of Judgment, and now we'll see if we can draw. Yeah, we'll get a land here for Gabe and be able to swing in with Colonnade for 7 still.
Yeah, but
although he has the path now, so that actually
John does have the path.
Yeah. You guys gotta talk to Kyle Meckler. You gotta keep him awake. Ban hammering is a laborious, arduous task.
I just took care of someone.
He's spent. So it looks like Gabe is in fact gonna swing at the Colonnade. We'll see if he jumps it, and it'll be on the way to Exile Land.
John will pass.
Yep. So we had a chance to see what Gabe has in hand, or no?
Did not catch it.
Also, Vesper Ghoul, I've drafted you 15th many times, so welcome. Haven't seen you in a couple of years.
Thanks for never making the cut.
Yeah, yep. Thank you for making me pay life.
Also, there wasn't. It wasn't jump.
Nope. I think Gabe just had the read on the path, so he attacked for 4. Post combat just made the token. Kind of didn't all in himself on the jump plan. I guess I should call it Angelic Blessing. It is +3/+3 in flying, so jump isn't quite right because he's getting a giant growth out of it too.
Blessed.
Yeah.
Got blessed.
That is blessed.
The blessed life. And Baneslayer Angel comes into play. Good John, let's see.
Yeah, speaking of blessed. Gabe follows it up with a Noble Hierarch and a Blue Eyes. Good old JC Blue Eyes. So bounces the Baneslayer. Yep. Blesses the token.
Comes in for 5, including the Double Hierarch trigger.
Well, a single Hierarch trigger, but in addition to the +3/+3, yeah, attacks for 5. Just one Hierarch in play with a Jace with 2 counters now. Now Elspeth sitting on 8, and now once again a 1/1 token. John sitting on a bunch of lands and a Border Post. He's got 2 Colonnades, but the mana only to activate 1. Yep. He's not going to be able to stop everything that Gabe has. Even if he plays the Baneslayer, he's bounces it again, attacks, so... The judge handing him the slip, but turns out they want to play game 3, so...
The judge wants to go somewhere. He smells the pizza. He smells the pizza, and now the judge is trying to pizza out. He's like, that was enough magic.
You only got 12 minutes. You won't get that game in there anyways.
Both players look at their board, look through their decks again. Sometimes you do those on the play, on the draw changes.
Right, yep. Play of your deck. Yeah, absolutely. Sideboarding is just so insanely important. And so many times I see people test, and they come up with these mythical results of their deck lists, but they play a bunch of game ones. They never put in the work with the sideboards, and they think they have good matchup, and they don't. Like, you play way more games sideboarded, so maybe those of you that are
testing,
right, yeah, and maybe those of you,
yeah,
those of you newer to the tournament scene, or perhaps looking to get out there for maybe your first Pro Tour qualifier or Midwest Masters Series event. Make sure you practice with a sideboard and have a plan. Know how you're going to face the top decks accordingly. Read up on the internet, things like that. Make sure you know how to sideboard. Play sideboarded games. Sometimes, like Ray mentioned, sometimes you sideboard differently if you're on the draw, if you're on the play. Are you going to transform your deck into maybe you're playing a control deck, you're going to bring in creatures, things like that. All those plans could have merits, but you're never going to know if you just play a bunch of game ones. Maybe that's why I never went to the Pro Tour. I just only play game ones. I should take my own advice.
Sorry.
But we want to thank everyone for tuning in this afternoon. We'll be bringing you live coverage here of the Midwest Masters Series, including Top 8 this evening. I'm Peter Martinez, being joined in the booth currently by Ray Punzelin and Kyle Van Hammer Meckler. Kyle making the trip for the weekend from Iowa. Came down with Brandon Scheel, amongst other Iowans. We want to thank him for
Kyle's pretty tired
helping us out
now.
Today.
He is sleeping with his eyes open.
They just got food here for the judges, though, so I think we're going to try and send a ninja.
We'll let you guys know when he goes to
we have
eat,
some food in that
and we'll
pile.
open the floodgates.
There's a pizza in that pile for us.
Okay. Why is it that at Magic tournaments you never sleep? Those players that get so much rest and all that's so smart.
Yeah.
Why don't we do that?
So the key to top eating is sleeping a little bit.
Yeah, maybe
not squeezing in that last draft.
Play your
4 a.m.
sideboarded games, but stop playing your sideboarded games at like midnight. Get some sleep.
Says Peter, who was in my room playing EDH until about 4:30 in the morning, 3:30, 4:30 in the morning.
Well, I'm
Against
not
himself.
I'm not playing
Against
it.
himself.
Well, I don't have any friends, so I just play in front of the mirror. It's like there's two decks,
And he calls himself a slow playing.
but I always win.
Ooh, John Mulligan's this time.
Yep, little change of fate. Yeah, Gabe really pressed his advantage last game, the man advantage. Like, John wasn't really in that game ever. But now they're off to game 3. Got about 9 minutes left in the round. No extensions that I know of, so we will see if they can squeeze in another game. Could be on their way to a draw, but do you think this favors Gabe if it's like a shorter time frame? Like, Gabe has an advantage, right? The ability to play out War Monks and stuff like that. John's going to be really hard-pressed to actually win in a time-efficient manner unless Gabe just does nothing.
He has to just slap down the Baneslayer and just start getting there.
So yeah, Rosati's Pizza, probably the happiest business in the suburbs right now. We got 300 Magic players ordering pizza.
They were happy to bring some extra pizza at the cheap price of $15.
But we'll get back to the pizza discussion after this match. I have a couple thoughts on that. But John mulling over his 6 here. Looks like he's going to keep, and he will lead off game 3 with Island Border Post. So the blue-white duel, basically. Gabe leads off with Noble Hierarch, ships it back to John.
Probably another turn 2 Knight of the Reliquary.
Yeah, why not? Might as well.
Well, it's a standard. Into a turn 3 Acidic Slave.
Rashad's trying to tempt us with food, but we're dedicated. We're going to bring you good games live, not good eats live. So,
Thank you.
Oblivion Ring on the Nightwell. So there you go. We had turn 2 Knight of the Reliquary again, but now it's
Oh, got Oblivion Ring instead of Path.
Yep, got Oblivion Ring.
We have a new plan.
O-ringed again. So Gabe plays a Stirring Wildwood, attacks for 1 with his Noble Hierarch. Passes back to John. John's sitting on 2 Day of Judgments, one of which he just drew there.